Imagine this. You are at home or at church and someone suddenly collapses. Their eyes roll back. Their body goes limped. And everyone panics. What do you do? Yes, what will you do to save the moment? The truth is, many people freeze or panic, and that can make a simple fainting episode worse. It can lead to death. In this video, I'll guide you calmly, intentionally, and clearly on what to do if someone faints. Hello, family. Victoria Odofia here with Yaraz. We have already covered CPR, choking, strokes, and severe bleeding on others of my videos that I've posted other days. So if you did not watch them, endeavor to watch them so that you could understand up to today's video. Today, we focus on fainting, a common but often misunderstood emergency. Fainting is usually not life-threatening, but how you respond in that first seconds can prevent complications. Let me ask you, have you ever seen someone collapse and felt completely unsure of what to do? If you have, stay with me because this knowledge is simple but powerful. Let's understand what happens in the body during fainting. Fainting, also called syncope, happens when the brain temporarily doesn't get enough blood and oxygen. You can say syncope, yes, however you want to call it, is spelled capital SYNCOPE. This can be due to low blood pressure, sudden standing up, dehydration, fear, or emotional shock. That is why I said in my previous video, you should not introduce shock into the person that is having issue. You shouldn't shout on the person, so you won't introduce shock. So you can now see that shock is deadly. So as I was saying, fear or emotional shock, it's one of those things that makes fainting to take place, syncope to take place. And sometimes fainting can be a warning for something more serious, like heart problems or low blood sugar. The point is, awareness matters. The more you know, the more intentional you respond to whatever happens around you. Before a person actually collapses, there are often warning signs. Look out for it. Example, feeling dizzy or light-headed, sweating unexpectedly, pale skin, blood vision or spots before the eyes, weakness or nausea. I want you to watch for these signs. If you notice them, you can intervene early and prevent a fall or injury. You can prevent a fall or injury. Here's what to do intentionally and safely. 1. Stay calm and speak gently. Approach the person. Say calmly, I'm here. You are safe. That's an assuring statement. Your tone matters. Panic spreads panic. I've always said in others of my videos, you should not panic when you see such a thing happening. You should be calm because you're a lifesaver at that point. You're the one to save the person, whereby you panic alongside. You may end up killing that person. The person may end up dying immediately. Maybe the person's life would have been safe and secure, but you panic and worsen the case. So you have to stay calm and speak gently by approaching the person and saying calmly, I'm here. My darling, you are safe. And don't forget that your tone matters a lot because panic spreads panics. 2, help them lie down safely. Guide them to the floor or a flat surface. Elevate their legs slightly if possible, about 12 inches. This encourages blood flow back to the brain. Loosen tight clothing. Collar, be it collar or belt or tie. Loosen to help breathing and circulation. Unrestricted blood and airflow aids recovery. So maybe you might be trying to loosen the person's collar or belt, and maybe the person standing by asks, why are you doing that? I have to let the person know that unrestricted blood and airflow aids recovery. Monitor breathing and consciousness. Check if they are breathing normally. If they are not, this becomes a CPR scenario. Go back to my first video and watch so you understand what a CPR scenario is all about and how to carry it out. Stay with them. Reassure gently. Reassure them that they are safe, that you are there with them, that they will be okay. 5. Cool environment and hydration. Move them away from heat if indoors. Offer water once fully alert. Avoid sudden standing up. Prevent re-fainting. When you avoid sudden standing up, you now tell the person, stand up, stand up, stand up. Someone is fainting and dying already and you are telling the person to stand up. That means you are trying to reinforce the fainting. You are trying to make the person to faint the more. Promax 100 fainting, yes. But when you avoid sudden standing up, it prevents re-fainting. Now, not all fainting is harmless. Call emergency services if they do not regain consciousness quickly. If they have chest pain, irregular heartbeat, or difficulty breathing. If they vomit or have seizure-like movements. If this is their first fainting episode, those are the things that should warrant you to call emergency services to be standby. Don't leave them alone immediately. Don't let them stand up too soon. Don't shake them violently. Do it gently. Don't ignore repeated fainting episodes. Yes, intentional and calm response reduces risks of injury and confers preparedness. So, when you see someone fainting, don't shake them violently. Don't let them to stand up too sudden, too soon. And do not leave them alone immediately. You can be a lifesaver. So, family, my wonderful family, fainting reminds us that emergencies can be sudden. Being prepared is more than knowing a skill. It's about presence of mind, awareness, and intentionality. When you respond thoughtfully, you don't just help, you protect dignity, calm fear, and save potential complications. If this video gave you confidence, share it with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, a church member. Comment below. Have you ever seen someone faint? How did you respond? Let's learn together. Don't always forget to subscribe to Yaraz for more practical life-saving skills, because preparation is wisdom. Stay alive. Stay protective. Save life wherever you are. Till I upload another video and until I come your way again. Bye.